My name's Steph Akerman, Learning Development Consultant from the Housing Association. I'm very lucky to say that actually my training budget has been doubled this year, and it's very unusual, especially in these times and with this financial situation. We had a £600,000 budget, which is quite a large budget, but actually the organisation believes in developing the staff in order to meet our mission statement and what we want to do for our customers, and our budget is 1.2 million this year, and that's really exciting. We have a lot of work that we know that we need to do with our leaders in the organisation, but it also has given me some avenues to go down that I've never been able to go down before. So things like bringing apprenticeships into the organisation and really using them. And e-learning for me is going to actually increase, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a moment. So we were contacted by the Housing Academy in 2009 as part of the National Learning at Work Day, which is in May every year. I'm sure you're aware of that. And I was a little bit sceptical myself about it, but I thought, well, I need to do something for our staff. And this is when I was actually just quite new into Sovereign, having amalgamated from the Wessex Housing Partnership. So we did a small trial of about 10 people, and we offered some e-learning to them. The feedback was brilliant. You know, people did it in their own time, which I wasn't expecting them to do at home, and there was an expression to do some more. So we got Housing Academy in, had a look at what we could do, and we went for bronze membership. In that membership, it gave us data protection training, which actually was quite a big issue for us at that time. Like many organisations, sometimes we leave ourselves open to risks, and we hadn't given anybody any data protection training across the organisation, so it was a really, really quick win. So we did data protection mandatory, and that's actually how we tend to do our courses. We tend to do them as mandatory units. So we focus on those, but also supply other courses for our staff, and it works really well for us. I think it works well because we incentivise people, so we'll do a prize draw every month. Okay, they only get a £10 Marks and Spencer's voucher, but if they achieve 100%, they'll go into the prize draw, and we'll do that. We also have e-champions that go across the business. They're actually incentivised as well. We give them £100 a year in their salary over the 12 months to actually do that. We also, like Elizabeth, are competitive. Always look at that list. Yeah, it must be, a training thing. I look at it, and actually we've never been top, but that's fine. We've settled for second, but hopefully we will be top very soon, because over the next 3 months, we've got over 1,000 staff. We have 3 mandatory modules coming up that they will need to do. So, hopefully we're going to have 3,000 courses in the next 3 months that will be here. Hopefully, she says. When we launched data protection, before I talked to you about value for money, when we launched data protection, and it was our first mandatory unit, we had 700 users complete that in the 3-month timescale that we gave them to do that. And for me, that was brilliant. That was without actually plugging it too much. But I would say, if you are going to launch any training on e-learning, you need to have a communications campaign that goes with it. You can't just put it in place and hope people will do it. You need to be on it all the time, and that's something that we've learned. So value for money. There was a need in the business to deliver, and it was a big buzzword. Do you remember about a year and a half or so ago, value for money had come out, and there was a need to deliver training to all of our staff. So I had some quotes, 45k. At that time, my budget couldn't stretch to that, and I thought, oh no, what am I going to do? So we investigated the cost of e-learning, and it is incredibly cheap, to be honest. £10,000 plus VAT to have an e-learning course written, and I think the main thing for me was it going to go down well in the organisation? Could I get the board to buy into it? Was it suitable for our learners? And I think the success of the data protection training that we did, even though it was mandatory, swung it for me. The process was really good. So first of all, you pay your money, and then you meet up with Housing Academy and you go out for lunch, which is quite nice. We both researched the course, so I knew what I wanted in it from our policy and our strategy that we were going to launch in the organisation. But also the Housing Academy researched and got their experts to look at what actually is the current best practice. We then sat down, shared our material, they knocked it up into a storyboard, and that was the really exciting part. I went on an aeroplane and flew up to Leeds, and, which was quite novel, on one of those little ones. And basically you can shape the course for how you want it. But I think what you have to remember when you are a sole organisation developing a course is that, and there is a cash benefit for you, you have to make it accessible for the market. So, you know, we wanted to sovereignise it as much as we could, but actually it's not realistic to do that. You have to take a review that, you know, you're going to be selling this course, you get 7% back of the licence fee, so hopefully value for money will pay for itself, which, you know, that in itself, that will be a real achievement. But I think for me as well, the way that we developed it, we bounced ideas off each other, we came up with the characters in the course, the toolbox that we've put into the course, and I think it's a brilliant course. Of course, go and buy it all. I would say that, but no, I think it really hits the nail on the head for me. Now, we haven't launched Value for Money yet, so this was ready, was it about 6 months or so ago? So it's been produced and it's been out there, but we still wanted to add some slides into, and this is the beauty of it, and forgive me if I'm telling you something wrong, but actually we try to do that to all of the courses. We don't take them as they are, we have a look at them, make sure they're right for us, and we add some content in if we need to, we take some content out. And there's a very small cost to that, but it's a cost that's worthwhile. So there was a huge efficiency, value for money, was about £35,000, and that's quite a lot of money. And as I said, we get cash back for each licence sold. And the beauty of it is that it's accessible for everyone. It's exactly the same story that Elizabeth said, you know, anybody could do it, anytime, anywhere, and that for us is a big win. We've just launched communication stations, a little bit cheesy, but again, we have the same issue with our DLO, that they don't have the access to come into do e-learning. They do now. We've given them all PDAs. We're going to probably give them netbooks so that they can go onto it and use e-learning as much as they want to. We've just bought 300 licences on asbestos awareness because, again, that for us is a cost saving. But we're trying to work with our DLO and bring them gently into the process because, you know, it is quite difficult to get them to do it. So we are launching Value for Money this month. It's ready to go for us. We are targeting our management population, and that's the beauty of the learning management system. You can set your groups up so that you can just target who you want to. So initially this started off as a course for all 1,000 staff. Actually, only 250 managers are going to do it this time round, and we're going to open it up. But that's the beauty of having the learning management system, that you can create your groups and you can just use it to your advantage. We've also decided to become part of a development consortium to look at professional boundaries, which is quite exciting as well for us. We have launched a course called the Housing Training Framework, which is about 15 different modules of training. It's all face-to-face delivery. And actually I want to try and do a bit of blended learning in that, so this course, Professional Boundaries, will fulfil one of my needs in that, and also will save us an awful lot of money. We're going to look at other courses, Health and Safety, Bribery Act, bite-sized training modules, something that will help support our staff. We're also looking at tenant training. We've just put our regional panel members onto this. So we're starting to see whether the board members are going to start to use e-learning because, you know, like everyone else, they're volunteers, they have jobs, they're not going to be able to come in during the day, they need to do it in their own time. And we've upgraded our membership, so we're now at silver members, and we may need to do some more of that a little bit later. But that's essentially it, that's where we're at. We use it all the time, even though we're not number one. We're going to get there. I think it's a really cost-effective system, but for us it's not just all about cost, it's about accessibility, and it's about actually providing learning and development opportunities across the whole organisation.